ครูครับเดี๋ยวผมมานะครับ
โอเค
Okay, welcome back, student. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teacher.
Okay, all of you have the tools, right? Today we are going to do stitching. Have to do practice stitching, mending clothes. Do you have your tools?
Yeah.
Okay, don't play the thread with your teeth. It's not good, you know. Okay, students. So first of all, let's start with the lesson. Okay, so we are going to first study the lesson. After the lesson, I'm going to play for you the video about the running stage. Okay, and after watching the running stage, we are going to practice by ourselves. We have to make. Okay, all right, students.
Not happy.
Okay, it will be fun. All right. So first of all, students, all of you, please take out your books. Okay. So take out your books and we are going to learn the remaining lesson of stitching. Okay. You having your books with you already, students?
Yes.
Okay. So page number 33. Okay, page number 33. All right. So here, what kind of material what we required? Okay, so tools and materials for running stitches. Okay, so these are the materials and tools we required for perform the running stitches. Okay, number one, what do we require? Clothes. Okay, clothes needing to be bended. Okay, second one, we required needle size of 8 or 9. Okay, number three, we required thread. Okay, thread which matches the color of the clothes needing to be mended. Number four, we require scissor for cutting clothes. Okay, so all of these tools, we have to put it safe in the box, something like this. Okay, so number one, tools we have. Okay, the cloth, what we required, the cloth which we required, it depends on the color of the mending. Okay, so we required cloth. Then second, we required needles, right? So needles, we have 8 to 9 size. Okay, you can see here, just it's the needle, right? So the needle we require. Second one, and third one, we require a thread. Okay, so the thread we also need as per the color of the clothes. For example, if we are knitting our shirt, it's a white color, so we are going to use white color of thread. Okay, if our shirt or any cloth, the color is red, so we are going to use the red color of thread. Similar like that, any color of cloth we are going to knitting, so we have to choose the same color of thread. Okay, students, and now the fourth one, we require scissor. Okay, so scissor we require to just cut off the remaining thread after when we finish knitting. Okay, students, you understand what we require tools? 4 of them.
Yes.
First, we required cloth needing to be bended. Okay. Second one,
Bye.
we required needle size
Bye.
8 or 9. 3.
Bye.
Third, we
teacher.
required thread which match the color of the clothes needing to be mended. Okay. Fourth one, we required.
แต่มันเห็นแค่หน้าแล้วมันไม่เห็นอะไรเลยนะ
Excuse me, please, students, close down your microphone. Okay. So now number 3, storing tools and equipment for mending clothes. So what kind of how we can store the tools and equipments for mending clothes? Okay. So number 1, we required needles. Needles should be stabbed in a pincushion or put in a box. So if you have a pincushion, you can put it in that, or either the needles, it should be stored in the box. Can you see on the screen, students? Yeah. So in this box, there's a needle box where you can store the needles, so it won't disappear, and also it won't drop here and there, so won't hurt anybody. Number 2, threads should be stored properly on reels, then put in a box to avoid dust. So the threads, actually the thread we have, it have to be stored properly. Okay. And after using it, we should to put it in the box, something like this, and close it up. So the dust and all won't touch the thread. Okay. So it will be clean and not rusty. Number 4. Number 3, scissor. So scissor should be sharpened regularly and should never be dropped. Okay. Okay. So number 3 here, scissor. So scissor, what we have to do, it have to be sharpened regularly. Okay. And should never be dropped. It should never be dropped. Okay. On the floor. They should be cleaned. They should be cleaned by wiping of stains and apply oil to stop rust. Okay. How we are going to store the scissor? So first of all, if you would like our scissor to work sharper all the time, so we have to often sharpen it. Okay. So the scissor, actually we have to sharpen it with the sharper tool. Okay, regularly, so it will always work sharply. Now after that, we're not supposed to drop the scissor on the floor. Okay, it can be dangerous and it can make damage to the floor as well. And number 3 here, they should be cleaned by wiping off stains and apply oil to stop rust. So we are going to clean the scissor often and apply oil with that, so it will be not rust. Okay, not rusty. And store them in scissor case or a toolbox. So normally all of the scissor, they're having a storing case where we can put, so it will be safe here. If you don't have any storing case for the scissor, right, so it's more better you just put it in the box, in the toolbox, like that, and close it, so it will be safe. Okay, students, you understand that how you are going to storing tools and equipments for mending? You understand that, students?
Yeah.
Okay. Now now here, number 4, benefits of mending clothes by yourself. Okay, if we mending our clothes by ourselves, what will be the benefit for us? So here are some of the important benefits what we can get by mending clothes by ourselves. So number 1 here, it makes damaged cloth usable again. So for example, if our clothes, they are damaged, so if we mending that by ourselves, so we can use again and again. Okay, we can use all the time. Now Number 2, it helps save money, okay, for buying new clothes and hiring other people to mend your clothes, okay. So for example, if we mending our clothes by ourselves, so we no need to hire somebody to mend for us, okay. 1, 2, by mending our clothes, we can save a lot of money, okay. So we no need to buy clothes very often, and we can save our money, our budget, okay. Number 3, it's good way to spend free time, okay. So for example, if we have free time and we find some of our clothes, they are damaged, so that free time we can use by mending our clothes. So it is a good way to spend free time, okay. 4th benefit, mending clothes by yourself is a basic skill, okay, that could be used in a future career such as fashion designer, okay. So students, mending clothes, this is actually a basic skill. This is a skill which can actually help you in your life, in your daily life as well. Apart from that, it can help you in your future career. How it can help? As we know about fashion designers, so fashion designers, they also used to mending the clothes, so it can be also help you in that way, okay. Students, you understand that what are the benefits of mending by ourselves?
Yes.
Okay, so number 1, it makes damaged clothes reusable. Number 2, it helps save money for buying new clothes and hiring other people to mend your clothes. Number 3, it is a good way to spend free time. Number 4, mending clothes by yourself is a basic skill that could be used in a future career, such as fashion designer. These are all the benefits of mending clothes by yourself. Okay, students, so here now we have some of the activity, okay. So in our activity of mending clothes, number 1, think of some damage on clothes you have seen, then fill out the following form, okay. So if we find some of the damage on the clothes, okay, so let's fill down here the questions, how we are going to deal with that. So here, describe the damage on clothes that you have seen. Students, do you have seen any damage on the clothes? On your clothes, have you seen?
I think it have.
Okay, if you've seen you have that, so you are going to fix that. So for example, a torn seam. Okay, so a torn seam, for example, how this damage become? What is the main cause it happened to our clothes? So what was the cause of the damage? So the cause of the damage is tree branch scratch cloth. Maybe you have seen sometime we walking around in the field or nearby the trees, so our clothes, it can stuck or it can scratch with the tree branch, so it can also make our clothes damage. So number 3, what method would you suggest for mending the clothes? So we are going to suggest the running stage, a backwards running stage. You already remember, students, in our last week, we already see the video and we already learn about the lesson of backward running stage. So with the way we perform backwards running stage, we can mend our clothes and it can be reusable. Now, number 4, what could be benefits of mending? Okay, just we learned before the benefit of mending. So clothes can be used extendedly. We can use extendedly for more time. Okay, this is one benefit. Student, can you tell me one more benefit of mending of the clothes? Students, anyone can tell me one more benefit of mending the clothes?
Again,
Look at the question. The question we have, what could be the benefit? Students, what could be the benefit of mending the clothes? So one benefit we have, clothes can be used extendedly. So this is one benefit. Just before, few minutes before, we learn more benefits. So can any student tell me another benefit? Come forward. Faster.
I think it's the cloth is beautiful.
Okay. The clothes will also look beautiful. Okay, this is also fine. And what else we learned before? Just before, students. Let me show you again. Here you see, students, we just learned the benefits. Okay, these are the benefits of mending, just we learn. So what will be the benefit? The benefit, damaged clothes can be used again. Second one, we save money. Third one, we no need to buy new clothes very often. Okay. And the other benefit was good way to spend free time. Okay, students. And the other benefit was it's a basic skill which can lead toward which we can use in our future career as a fashion designers. These are all the benefits. Okay, students? Would you remember that?
Okay.
Okay, remember that, very easy. Damaged clothes can be used again. We can save our money. It's a good way to spend free time, and it's a basic skill which can be used in the future as a career. They are all benefits. Okay, students? So remember that. So the one here, so this is the one mentioned for you here. This is just one benefit. Okay, clothes can be used extendedly. That means we can use it again and again. But other than that, you can write, we can save money, we can spend like our free time. Okay, and we can, it's a basic skill, we can make it as a future career such as fashion designer. So all these kind of benefits you can write any by yourself. Okay, students, you understand that?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, number 2. Try mending clothes by running stitches both forward and backwards using tools and equipment such as needle, thread, scissor, and a couple of small pieces of fabric. Size 4 by 3 inches fabric. Then choose one of them to hand and choose one of them to hand and to your teacher. Okay. After that, write the result in the following form. Okay, students, this is the one that teacher already tell you that you have to make practice by yourself. Okay, you just take a cloth with you and take the needle, take the thread and the scissor and make your own mending. How you are going to do that? It's already mentioned here. How you are going to do? Okay, so try mending clothes by running stitches. So you have to perform like a running stitches, both forwards and backwards. Okay, using the tools and equipments such as needle, thread, scissor, and a couple of small pieces of fabric. Just a small cloth you can use, okay, which is not usable, which is free of use, okay. The size you can make like a 4 to 5 inches, okay, and then choose one of them to hand and to your teacher. So if you already done that, so you have to show to your teacher, okay, and you have to tell the result. What is the result? Okay, so would you do that, students? Are you ready to do stitching by yourself?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, we are going to try that today. Okay, now, so the record, actually, the record form. So the record form will be the purpose of mending these cloth was like the cloth which you were like mending. What was the main purpose? What was the main cause? Okay, so that one you have, like for example, the cause you can just say like for reusing the damaged clothes. Okay, why we doing the mending? So we can use again and again that cloth, so it will be reusable. Now, number 2, the method used was, so what method you use? You use running stitches or backward, forward and backwards stitches. So any of them, whatever you use, you just need to write down, okay? So for example, we are going to use a backwards running stitches, okay? And the third one, the tools and equipment for mending clothes. So we already talk about it. What are the tools and equipments we need for the mending clothes? Those are very simple. We need needle, thread, scissor, and a couple of small pieces of fabric. The size of the cloth, you can say maybe 3 to 4 inches. Okay, students, so we are going to do the stitching.
Yes. I not finished. I don't
Not
finish.
We not finished.
Okay,
We're not
okay,
finished.
I give you time, no problem.
Finished.
Okay, so all of the
I
students
know
finish.
finished. I know finished.
All right.
Finished.
Okay, students, all of you done already? Already done, students?
Yes, I don't.
All right. Okay, students. So after now, we are going to perform the stitching, okay? And that stitching, what do you do? So you have to show. After you show, so you are going to get marks, okay? How good you do, then you will have the marks. We will check the result, how you did that. So if you do very good, you will have more marks. If you do good, you will have also like more than average marks. And if you do just a fair, so you will have a just average marks. Okay, students. So now we are going to summarize of the mending clothes. Okay, so summarize the benefit of mending clothes according to the philosophy of sufficiency economy. So what we learn from the whole unit, what is the benefit in all of the mending clothes? So that's actually save the expenditure by new clothes. Okay, now students, first of all, I'm going to play for you the video of running stitch. You have to look to the video first, and after the video we will try stitching by ourselves. Okay, students, are you ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Open your camera, students. วิลลี่ นัททูต้นกล้า เลมอน อาชิ Open your camera.
Okay, students, now look at the video.
Stitch. It's the most basic embroidery stitch, simply up and down in the fabric. It forms the base of many composite stitches, so you can actually do a lot with this very simple stitch. I'm working from right to left. You can also work from left to right. And I'm going to start by stabbing the stitch, that is taking my needle all the way to the back of the fabric and pulling through, and then coming to the front and pulling through. And you'll notice that it's simply an up and down movement, very easy. You can also sew the
กลับ
stitch
ได้มาผมเผลอหยิบมาแต่ผ้าผมไปหยิบ
There's
ก่อน
one
ได้ไหม
down
ครับ
here where you just scoop up a little bit of the fabric and pull through. So you go forward, scoop up a little bit of the fabric, and pull through. The key to a nice looking running stitch is to be consistent in your stitch length and the length of the interval between the stitches. Here I'm taking a longer stitch, but my interval is much shorter. And that changes the look of the stitch too. So you can play around with running stitch by changing the distance between the stitches and also changing the length of the stitches. But to keep the stitch looking nice, you want to be consistent across your whole line. So that's the running stitch. It's a very easy embroidery stitch and worthwhile to know. For more tips and techniques on hand embroidery, stop by and visit me at Needle and Thread.
Okay, students. So you learn already how to do the stitching. You have idea?
Oh my god my goodness
Okay. All right. You would like to watch one more time? Okay, I play for you one more time.
Lot down in the fabric. It forms the base of many composite stitches, so you can actually do a lot with this very simple stitch. I'm working from right to left. You can also work from left to right. And I'm going to start by stabbing the stitch, that is taking my needle all the way to the back of the fabric and pulling through, and then coming to the front and pulling through. And you'll notice that it's simply an up and down movement, very easy. You can also sew the stitch instead of stabbing it, which is what I'm doing here, where you just scoop up a little bit of the fabric and pull through. So you go forward, scoop up a little bit of the fabric, and pull through.
ครูครับทำไมเขาร้อยได้ด้วย ผมร้อยไม่
Looking
เป็น
at the running stitch is to be consistent in your stitch length and the length of the interval between the stitches. Here I'm taking a longer stitch, but my interval is much shorter. And that changes the look of the stitch too. So you can play around with running stitch by changing the distance between the stitches and also changing the length of the stitches. But to keep the stitch looking nice, you want to be consistent across your whole line. So that's the running stitch. It's a very easy embroidery stitch and worthwhile to know. For more tips and techniques on hand embroidery, stop by and visit me at Needle and Thread.
Okay, students. So you already have idea how we are going to do the running stitches? You are prepared?
Yes Yes or no Yes
Okay, very nice. Okay, students, now we are nearly finishing the Zoom time, so I don't want to disrupt in the middle. So what we're gonna do, we will log in again to the Zoom, okay? So all of the students, please log in again, okay? So it won't interrupt in the middle. Okay, students?
Okay
Yeah.
Okay